This is Neil Ratner Rock Doc here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock, with support from Transcend Dental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcend Dental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road, on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. On March 31st, 1976, Led Zeppelin released the album Presence, an album written and recorded in the last months of 1975, during a difficult time in the band's history. At the beginning of August, Plant and his wife Maureen were seriously injured in a car accident in Rhodes, Greece. This not only delayed the album's production, but also led to the cancellation of the year's remaining tour dates. And because of their status as tax exiles, Plant was forced to recuperate abroad. So guitarist Jimmy Page met him in Malibu, California, where the two began preparing for the new album. 6 of the 7 songs on the album are Page and Plant compositions, because the majority of the songs were formulated at Malibu, before drummer John Bonham and bassist John Paul Jones joined them in Hollywood for rehearsals in October. Once they had worked out the arrangements, Page recommended going to Musicland Studios in Munich, Germany to record the album, and with Plant still recovering, Jimmy assumed most of the responsibilities. However, the recording sessions were also particularly challenging for Plant. His mobility was limited, and the studio was in a basement of an old hotel, leaving Robert feeling claustrophobic. The guitar riffs in Achilles Last Stand were influenced by a trip that Page and Plant undertook to Morocco, and although the lyrics contain mythological imagery, they primarily focus on the band's experiences during their period of exile. The working title of the song was the Wheelchair Song, until, as Robert explains, another more appropriate title came to him.
It was rather strange being wheeled into a rehearsal room. I mean, I do like to sort of strut around a little bit, sort of strutting around on 2 wheels. I can't even tell you half of it. So we got through the rehearsals rather painfully, and we went to Munich. And instead of being in the wheelchair in the studio, I got this crutch. My crutch got stuck on a cable, and I fell over and I hit my foot on the ground. An almighty crack, and like a red-blue flash just shot at me. And Jimmy moved so quickly. I mean, he was like a sort of Olympic athlete. He was out of the control booth. I mean, I've never seen him move so fast in my life. It was, for that alone, it was almost worth it, you know. It was great. Anyway, it wasn't great at the time. It was like time to go to hospital again, you know. And then the call came through saying, it's impossible to sprain an ankle that hasn't moved for like 5 months because it was virtually rigid, you know. So I was so elated, I whisked into the wheelchair, went down to the studio and did all the vocal again. And as I sort of wheeled my way out of the vocal booth again, I said, that is Achilles' Last Stand.
Okay, let's listen. From their album Presence, Led Zeppelin and Achilles' Last Stand.